Hello, YouTube. We're back talking more Marvel TV. This is Alil.
This is Steve.
And this is Sean.
And we're talking about What If Episode 1, Captain Carter. So, I know on this show, for those that are new to watching us on YouTube, or, you know, the people who listen to our podcast know this a lot, that the two of you, Sean and Steve, are animation and art snobs.
Snobs, yes.
Oh,
Snobs to the gills.
To the gill.
True that.
And I already figured, you know, when we saw the previews, you guys were kind of, you know, noses were up.
Here,
you know.
spoiler alert, neither of us liked it at all. Self-shading, computer animation.
Garbage.
Nope. Don't like it.
But it doesn't mean the show is bad.
It feels like no. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking specifically about the animation.
Yes.
Agreed. It feels like somebody's playing with. It feels like claymation in a weird way. Like somebody's playing with action figures. It's very stilted.
It's the cheap way to do animation. The money that Marvel and Disney have should not be wasting money on fucking CG, cell shaded animation. I disagree.
This is like that. What's that newest Star Wars show, The Resistance or whatever that came out? It's like that. Yeah. It's the same shit.
Garbage. It's just garbage.
It's better than the Spider-Man cell shading show that came out in the 2000s.
Oh god, that was terrible.
What, the one on MTV?
Yeah, the one on MTV.
Oh.
But it's the same style. But it's better than that. But I could not get into this animation.
I agree, Steve. I'm on the same boat you on, man. I did not like it at all.
I was watching the show with my headphones on, right? So like I was listening. I found myself listening to the show like a radio play more than watching it, because every time I looked up, I was like,
"This is ugly. This is garbage."
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
That's exactly like. As I watched it, that was my first. I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna hate it."
And this
I know
whole season's like this, but it's unfortunate because the storytelling is so good and the voice acting is so good and the story was great.
Agreed.
It's just the animation, and that's a personal ding for me, and I'm sure it is for Sean too. It's not a knock for the show. Like, they can still spin stories like nobody else. Like, this was a great tale. It was fun.
This is a great live action tale. I'm not gonna hold you. I would love
imagine
live action.
Could you imagine, Sean?
I wouldn't doubt that this happens live action in some way, or she is brought in to live action in some way. The fact that Hallie Atwell came in, did the voice acting.
She's gonna have to get big. She's gonna have to get big.
Real big.
They can CG it. They're gonna CG as She-Hulk, right? She-Hulk's getting her own TV series.
Yeah, but She-Hulk's gonna be full animated, not like.
It's not animated. You know, she's full CG.
I don't know how they would do
that. They superimpose Steve's head on somebody else's body. I mean, maybe they get like a big wrestler chick and superimpose Haley Atwell's head. I don't know.
Good. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and when she's in the suit, it won't matter because that can all be
padded up,
perspective and padded and all that.
Exactly. I think that, again, it's not going to be like her own solo film. I think maybe it'll be a teaser.
But is it a better story than the Captain America story? I don't think it is. I think it's an interesting take. It's definitely interesting. I wish she would have had a mask or a helmet or something, you know, instead of her bob haircut or you know, her 50s haircut she had.
It was 40s.
They were killing people with reckless abandonment.
Oh, of course. Well, but they did that in the first Avenger too. Like, people were dying. I mean, he was throwing people out of planes too. And even Alex said that. Alex is like, is she murdering everyone with that shield? I'm like, well, yeah. it's the war. It's World War II, so.
Is that an excuse to kill people?
You're in war.
They could at least gave him a parachute. Like, god damn.
This ain't 80s G.I. Joe cartoons where Cobra Commander is flying away in his parachute and Duke's just waving at him.
It's Disney. I would thought they would.
But again, it's
John,
war.
do you remember in the first Avenger when Captain America threw a guy out of a plane and it went through the propeller and it just was red mist all over the screen? It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Did that happen? No, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
That happened. In the end battle scene when they were flying.
That 100% happened.
Oh shit, it did.
When all the hydroplanes were flying off and shit, he was murdering all those dudes. All those. Yeah. They all had bombs.
One of them blew up.
These are Nazis. You don't want them floating away in a parachute. They are
Yeah.
Nazis.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's gonna have a safe landing so he can go down there and be
I know he
racist
is
somewhere
not
else.
shit. I don't know. I just thought it was, you know.
Put him through the blender. No, I did like how the Steve and Peggy love story was explored a little bit more here. I know Love's for Pussies and all that, but like I enjoyed watching their relationship grow in a different way than it had in the movies. Like that was interesting. I liked all the callbacks to the movies. Like there was certain shots from this animated show that were direct shots from the movie, like straight up, where Howard Stark pulls his glasses off, the whole thing. Like lots of that.
Or even direct shots that just put her in place, like when her and the Howling Commandos come through that door to start fighting all the Nazis, and it's literally that same shot of Steve Rogers and the Howling Commandos coming through that same door.
What I didn't like is that Bucky's relationship with Steve was very different in this episode than in the movies. Like he goes down the train and he's like, "We gotta go, Peggy." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like that's your boy. Like that's your boy." Like, I mean, I get it. Like they have to go. Like but it just they never felt like Bucky and Steve from the movies. In this,
I agree.
So that was a little off-putting.
But again, this is 30 minutes where we got that movie in 2 hours. So it's
I get it.
You can't put everything in it.
All right, well, do you want me to talk about it or?
I am. I'm telling you. I'm just saying like that. I think that's why. Like I'm not gonna downgrade it for that because the story is not Bucky and Steve.
Why couldn't she just push the fucking octopus into the hole and then stand back?
That's Shumagorath, man. That's not
Why
an
did
octopus.
she have to follow the octopus? Why couldn't she just like give him a nudge and then step back away from the hole?
Because that's Shumagorath. You don't know about Shumagorath.
I don't know about Shumagorath.
You might in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. There's rumors that they're bringing in Shumagorath.
It was just I was like, this doesn't feel like a bomb and a plane going down, like a finality. It felt like you just did that on purpose.
But I don't think she could have pushed it back. The octopus was...
She did. She pushed it back.
But she had to go with it. It's just like you have to keep the pressure.
She could have pushed it back and then maybe lost her shield. Maybe she just didn't want to lose her shield. I don't know.
No. You know what it reminded me of, Sean? It reminded me of Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I agree.
The episode with Red Skull, like when Bucky, like I was.
It would have been bitch. It would have been bitching if the animation looked like that.
Wow. But of course, that's the style you like. That's more of that.
Good animation.
The show is all code. Series. That's the thing. It's all code. It's like they build their model and then they code it.
And that's it. That's why it's a cheap way out of fucking animation. That's why I hate it. I don't like the cheap way out of animation. I feel like there needs to be more animators putting the work in. Like I just don't like it. I still have my hangups with fucking Star Wars too, but they're so far in at this point. It is, but that animation is actually better than this shit. Like, I mean,
there's a difference between CG animation and CG cell shading animation.
I agree.
Big difference.
I agree. Alo, do you give it a hero? Do you give it a hero, Alo?
I give it a hero. Absolutely. I thought the story was fantastic. I can't wait for more.
I'll tell you this: I will give the story a hero.
Agreed.
I'll give the animation a low sidekick.
A fucking 0. I'm giving
bordering on 0. Like it's just not for me.
But
like,
see, it didn't. I guess. I mean, again, I'm not you guys, so I look at it. It looked.
I love the show.
I thought some of the shots looked great though. Like some of the montages where she was fighting reminded me of those old 50s and 60s cartoon serials.
I didn't like those 50s and 60s cartoon series, so...
No, but I'll give you the montage shots where it's like her in long form, like punching a Nazi, and it's like the color goes across the screen. Like, I get that. Like, those things were great. But if it looked different and then we had this style of animation for those scenes, I would be like, all right, like, I can dig that. But when you have these close-up monologue moments between her and Steve Rogers or her and anybody else, and you're staring at these plasticky fake action figures with weird black lines on their face trying to emote and give off emotion, I just can't buy into it. I'm just like, ugh.
They have too much money to do this. I'm sorry, they just have way too much money to do the cheap way out. They have
Could you
some of the
imagine?
best animators in the world from every facet of the fucking globe.
They got Pixar people over there.
They got
fucking
they
2D
got
animation
fucking Japanese
cats.
anime motherfuckers over there doing shit. Like, yo, they got shit doing. They got shit over there.
Look.
They got shit over here. They have a mixture of every talent in the world, and this is what you go with?
What was the last 2D animated movie they came out with? Wasn't it Princess and the Frog or something like that for Disney?
Oh, that was great.
Could you imagine, Sean, this
so.
show in that animation style? Oh my god!
It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
you want to talk about a hero? That would have been the highest of heroes.
Fuck
that
yeah,
would have been
because
like fucking...
because you can see the animation style of it. Like, it's just a cheap way out.
I guess maybe because it's a series for Disney Plus, it's why they go that way.
That's a terrible excuse. It's a 30-minute.
I'm just saying, it's a 30-minute.
Look what else they're doing for Disney Plus, Sean. Look at that Chip and Dale show coming out. Oof.
I mean, it's Chip and Dale, so I get that from that point. I mean, it's cute. All right, cool. Little kids love it. But this is more adult, put into the mix of like kids and at the same time.
Put those fucking 2D animators to work. Those guys that you paid all that money to
man, you're
fucking studio.
paying these motherfuckers. Like, it doesn't. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. I don't like it. And if the rest of the show is going to be like this, which I know it is.
Well, it is because now it looks like they're building up to an alternate Avengers. It's the Watcher showing with all these changes how a new Avengers team will actually be brought in together.
Yeah, I just don't care. I really don't.
Because there's some trailer pieces where they're fighting Ultron and all the Ultron robots and
listen.
Battle
I'm
in New
still
York.
gonna watch them all. I'm still gonna watch every episode. I want to see the zombies. I want to see Spider-Man and Doctor Strange doing their fucking thing. I want to see it all. But I think maybe Party Thor is the one that I'm like least interested in. Like, he's already a partier. Like, what? I don't need him driving around in a fucking Fiat, chugging beers. Like, I don't need.
Yeah,
this.
I don't understand that one.
So
there were supposed to be 10 episodes. I don't know which one they.
You're gonna make me wait a week in between awesome episodes to watch that.
To watch
one?
Party Thor.
Goddamn. But like, I'll still watch them all, and I'm sure all the stories are gonna be fantastic, and the voice acting is gonna be great. I mean, they didn't get Chris Evans back for Steve Rogers in this, but I thought the voice actor did fine. No problem.
Yeah, they got Bradley Whitford, who did the one shot for Agent Carter.
Yeah,
that actually, I was like, that's pretty cool, and it kind of, it was very.
The voice acting
point,
and the storytelling,
I
the
can't,
writing
but I
is
can't believe
not the problem.
I can't believe they brought back everybody. I mean, Stanley Tucci was back for a sentence.
4 lines?
I was like,
maybe
4 words, but it's
he
great.
nailed it. He did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty impressed with that they got most of the team. I mean, not like they're all like A-listers that you have to pay them a ton to come back, but still, the fact that they wanted to is pretty good. And
it was good. So if I'm giving the animation a low sidekick and the story here, I guess I'm right around like I guess I'm like at a high sidekick for episode 1. I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the look of it. That's all. And it's only a personal preference. So.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you guys on that. You guys draw, and you have a better eye than me for that stuff. For me, like, if it doesn't look like Thundercats Roar, then I'm okay with it. Then I can tolerate it.
A little. Our goggles are thick, and so I fully expected you to like this. I have a show I'm going to talk about later in the episode. My goggles are thick. It's not for everyone, but it's for me. That's All
right, well, that's it for the What If this week. So let us know what you thought. Let us know if you have an issue with the animation. I'd be curious to hear. So that's it. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. Until next week, everybody, keep it geeky.